The Nice Guys 2016. A reluctant team-up between an enforcer and a private investigator leads them to uncover the truth behind the disappearance of a young woman. What follows is a chase that gets the protagonist stuck in a series of mishaps and adventures. The Nice Guys is one of those neo-noir offerings that has its own style and has an original presentation. With the chemistry of Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling shining through, the film is filled with the best kind of black comedy and action that will leave you laughing. Unfortunately, it went largely unnoticed at the box office in the same vein as Shane Black's earlier effort in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Long Shot 2019. A presidential hopeful comes across a journalist she used to babysit as a teenager, only for her to fall in love with him. The resultant romance sees a large variety of close calls and pratfalls as their relationship threatens to intervene with her political chances. It's only on rare occasions that Seth Rogen does a comedy film that has a lot of heart, and Long Shot is the film to watch for those wanting something different from Rogen and Charlize Theron. It doesn't go too heavy with the romance and keeps the comedy clean and engaging. The film didn't make a dent in the box office this year, which is a shame since this odd pairing delights on all fronts. Overboard 2018. A horribly spoiled rich ladies' man gets his due when an accident befalls him, and when he loses his memory as a result. Seeing this as an opportunity, a struggling single mother convinces him that they are married to get back at him for his inappropriate ways. While Overboard did good business on the box office, it suffered from less than enthusiastic reviews. That doesn't do justice to the film, as the fine performance of Eugenio Debbez ensures there are laughs aplenty as we see his character endure the biggest reality check through constant mishaps. It's a simplistic story with straightforward jokes which didn't please critics, but they are sure to please you for a good hour's worth of entertainment. Mistress America 2015. The disenchanted freshman at college suddenly finds new meaning in life when her stepsister takes her across the best that metropolitan life has to offer before they realize their problems run a little deeper than they thought. Marriage Story will be making rounds at this year's Oscars, but Noah Baumbach did comedy best with Mistress America. There's no straight plot here, as the entertainment value comes from the kooky characters who are bolstered by the well-written and hilarious dialogue. It's too bad the film is hardly known in the director's filmography since this is the best outright comedy he's made. Sword of Trust 2019. Four people intent on selling an antique sword, worth more than they'd anticipated, realize the dangerous consequences that come from dealing with crazed fanatics as a journey of self-discovery is set in motion simultaneously. Sword of Trust is another simple film with basically no plot other than the aforementioned sale of the sword. What makes this such a superb watch is the fact that all main players in the movie are hilarious together and individually. The film received immensely positive reviews but hasn't reached any mainstream attention. Those who do watch it will love the cast's chemistry and the abundance of awkward comedy. Results 2015. Two people running a gym became entangled in a situation with a newly rich man who is far from the ideal candidate for a healthy life. The three find themselves being strangely dependent on each other because of their various issues. Results is the independent film one watches to realize the acting range its cast has, as they have been seen in a number of films, even those in the superhero genre. It masterfully implements drama through comedy, as every scene has a cringe factor that makes one find the humor in weird situations. The film's extremely limited release didn't help it reach many viewers, though. Keanu 2016. Two friends became extremely attached to a kitten, and when said feline is taken away, the duo goes to whatever lengths it takes to retrieve their pet, even if it means falling into the pit of the drug business. Before Jordan Peele became the horror icon he now is, he and Keegan-Michael Key had a legendary partnership that saw laughs all around in every venture they took. Keanu is like their final hurrah, as the two pals unload on the sketch comedy mastery they have, in what plays like a skit stretched out over the course of a film. The incredible Jessica James 2017. A down-in-the-dumps young woman struggles to get her career going while dealing with a recent breakup. When she comes across a man in a similar emotional situation, Jessica tries to come to terms with having feelings once again. Films steered by comedians are a surefire way to have a good time, as the storyline revolves around the characters than the plot in question. Here, the delivery of the actors' performances is what keeps tickling the funny bone in what is a remarkably well-acted feature. It might have gotten lost in the huge list of films available on Netflix, but now is the time for you to check it out. Juliet, Naked 2018. A man's obsession with a former star musician inadvertently leads to his girlfriend striking up a correspondence with the latter. With this unlikely friendship comes a potential for a romance to blossom and for each character to grow as well. Romantic comedies of the current decade had more creativity than there was once before in the genre, and Juliet, Naked innovates by having the main love story take a backseat in favor of the comedy aspect. It's deliberately dry in the execution of its jokes, which fits the theme of the movie for bringing socially inept people together. Juliet, Naked escaped most viewers' attention since the well-known cast was also involved in a number of mainstream movies. Hunt for the Wilderpeople 2016. A foster child finds himself under the care of his inconsiderate foster father who is still dealing with the loss of his wife. When the situation is confused by the authorities, the man and boy take off in the woods to evade arrest, all the while growing closer to one another. Tucked between Taika Waititi's mainstream popular films In What We Do in the Shadows and Thor: Ragnarok, this film was always going to be considered secondary to those offerings. It's not a fair comparison, though, as Hunt for the Wilderpeople is a family comedy that can be appreciated by all ages. It's also a heartwarming tale of unlikely bonding, which carries Taika Waititi's signature style of comedy.